Okay, we continue this afternoon session, joined now by David Malukas, driving the number four AJ Foyt Racing Chevrolet, beginning his fourth season in the NTT IndyCar Series. His first with AJ Foyt Racing, with after a couple of top tens in the 10 races you were in last year, 2024, brand new year. First of all, we all follow you on social media. We know you kind of enjoy that arena. So
Uh-huh.
what's been going on? What's fun?
Well, I just finished up all the Fox stuff, which was so cool. They have a drone, and I even watched the guy, and he's got these goggles on, and he's just flying around. He's doing his own Indy 500. It's crazy. I mean, he's just doing like 10 donuts per person. I can't believe it. So, but it was so cool. I was having a good time with it. We're doing some cool poses, some cool shots. They had the smoke machine, good music. I'm honestly was having a good time. I was so tired because I only slept 5 hours because of the early day. But that was my like a coffee. It was like natural coffee boost over there. I was having a good time. That
All
was
right.
awesome.
Can't wait to see it. All right, new team, new year. I'm sure you can't wait to get back on track.
Oh, I can't wait. It's yeah, last year was chaos. Definitely a year of learning and maturing. And at the end of the season, I had actually another surgery on my hand to clean up all the scar tissue because the movement was very limited. So I had to still do some PT for a few months until Christmas time. And now the hand is doing really well. I'm really excited. We did the seat fit, got the grip strength back up. So I'm just ready to go out there, finally go perform and forget that this injury ever happened. Well, I mean, it's still gonna be. It's like not perfectly back, but it's a lot better. So
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
that's good. Good to see you smiling again. All right, open up questions for David Malukas. We got Ben Johnson, Tony Donahue, Danny, Bruce. Not necessarily in that order. Whatever you can get a microphone to, Artie, be great. Go ahead, Ben. You got one? Who's got one? Bruce, lead us off.
David, this is a chance to have a complete season with the same team after last year's,
Yes.
saga. How important is that going to be for you to really get a chance to get off the ground running? And I imagine you're probably going to be pretty careful in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, 100%. I've been so careful. I think the craziest thing I've done this off season is go zip lining with my nephews, and the drop was only like 2 feet. I had to lift my knees up to just do the zip line. So, yeah, that was the most chaotic thing I've done. But no, like I said, I matured a lot, and not just from individuality and outside of the car, but also in the car. I've matured a lot, and I'm really excited to take that maturity, be consistent, have a full season, and actually build with the team that I have. And the crew is incredible, and I'm very excited to get some really good results. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Also, Fox is gearing a lot of their telecasts to the Generation Z, the younger generation audience. A lot of good young talent in the IndyCar series. Do you see IndyCar at a tipping point here where there's a lot of young faces, a lot of exciting drivers, and it may be a chance to really excite some of the younger crowd that may not be IndyCar fans?
Yeah, I think that's you. I mean, you hit a spot on. I think the next generation definitely is starting to come in, and I think those fans are starting to come. I've had a lot of experiences last season where fans would come up to me and tell me that they're watching IndyCar and they're there because of me, and that made me feel, I mean, incredible. It's an incredible feeling, and I'm just really excited to actually be able to connect with my generation into racing and get them in. And I think with everything that Fox is doing, it's incredible. Because I am also Gen Z, so it's my generation. It's good.
And again, you're one of the youngest drivers in the series, dealing with probably one of the oldest people in racing, AJ Foyt. So
Yes.
that's got to be a little bit of a. It's got. I mean, are there times where the two of you kind of look at each other and try to figure out what the other's thinking?
Yeah, it's actually it was a pretty good. I met him at the Indy test a few months back, and he was telling me all of his stories. He's got so many cool stories. It was a really cool experience. It was a good time. But I think with what we're doing at AJ Foy, with being with AJ and then being the new generation, I think it's a perfect setup going into this season and to get this next generation. I think we have a lot of cool ideas and content coming up with how we're gonna be mixing all of that together and mixing the new generation with history. It's gonna be awesome.
Ben.
Nice, Dave. Hey, David. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Obviously, you're going into a team who have a lot of momentum behind them, coming off a really strong season last year. Do you have any expectations going into the new year?
I think just from all the chaos, I mean, for sure, 100%, just having that consistency, being up there. I think with the way the team's success has been, especially this last season, I think they're very, very strong. So expectations are definitely very high. I think with the team that we have, we definitely want results. I think with my teammate Santino as well in the ovals, we're going to be a pretty strong suit. So I am. Expectations are high, going into it. But at the end of the day, it just feels good to do a full season and be consistent.
Excellent. Well, best luck this season.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Kevin.
We saw you're going to have car number 4.
That is
How cool
correct.
is that for you?
Yeah, it was a little bit last minute. I mean, to say it, I knew for a while I wanted to say it really badly, and then I decided to just sneakily just do a post, just DM4. I think it has a good ring to it, and I'm really excited. I'm just excited from the content side of things, just because when you do, I could just replace the A in Dave and just put number 4. I think it'd be really cool. It's good merch.
It's all about the merch sometimes.
I'm just really excited because then I can wear it. Imagine little Dave, but then the A is a 4.
Right.
It's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
There you go.
It'd be big 4. You see, because then it'd be little Dave, but then the big 4. Yeah.
And then last year, you didn't really have a chance to get the season started like you wanted. You just kind of had to watch from the sidelines and everything. How important is that to have a defined start point and just do it as you planned from the beginning?
Yeah, sitting in the sidelines watching, that was really tough. That was hard. I definitely had to keep some emotions in, watching everybody go around. But it was good. I learned a lot, especially being on the sidelines, just seeing what the engineers have to deal with, all the screens of strategy. There's a lot that I learned that as a driver, you don't really know much of what's going on. So I think it was good that by the time I got in the car, I didn't get angry at the engineers or the strategy on what's going on, because they can see a lot more than the driver can see. So I think that was the number one thing that I learned, and that I will take going into this next season.
Tony.
The transition from going from a Honda to a Chevy. I know you don't have experience inside of the cockpit with that yet, but what's that transition like maybe in a simulator? What has that been like, and how excited are you to join the Chevy family?
Well, I did a lot of off-season testing just when the hybrid system was coming out with Aero McLaren. So I did have a lot of Chevy testing done. I think that was their previous version before the hybrid came in, so it definitely was different. So I have some familiarity with some of the Chevy engineers as well. So going into it's not completely going fresh. I think we have something to already start going off of. But as of what I remember and going into it, I think it'll be fine. I know there's some talks about the engines being a bit different, but from when I went into the car, they felt very similar. I couldn't tell major drastic changes.
Talk about real quick too. I mean, I don't think the results, especially Gateway last year, showed what you're capable of doing with obviously running up front. But I know you're going to take it a race at a time and talk about the races coming up, but you've got to be chomping at the bits with Santino, how fast the Foyt cars have been in Indy to get back to IMS, and that starts in April at the test.
Yeah. Oh man, every time I keep thinking about it, the nerves and the excitement starts building up. So I'm really excited, man. The car is going to be good, really good teammates, good engineers, good crew. Everything's lining up. So a little bit of luck. I mean, who knows? It's gonna be really exciting.
Mary.
David, I'm excited to see what you and Santino can do at AJ Foyt Racing. Have you had a chance, even though you may not have been in the car with the team yet, to figure out if both of you are similar in setups or different, and how do you anticipate getting along with Santino?
Yeah, I'm very excited and interested to see how the setups and things are going to be. We did do some simulator work together, but as of right now, the driving doesn't seem too far off. Of course, it's not going to be till the Sebring test. I think we'll know the driving styles and how to compare. But talking with the engineers, it seems that we are in some form similar in some ways, especially on the oval. So I think it'll be pretty good. I think we'll be good teammates and definitely be able to pick on each other and be able to do two different setups. I think that's the main goal, is having two drivers with the same driving style, so we can use two different setups with the limited practice sessions that we have, so we can clear two birds with one stone. I'd like to put it that way.
Danny, go ahead and wrap us up.
Can you talk a little bit about what that experience has been like?
I mean, it hasn't been too much. It's been short. I've probably had two conversations with him so far. But each conversation has been amazing. He, obviously for me, it was a little bit hard because I'm going into it as like, I mean, it's AJ, and it's just you're trying to have a normal conversation, but the entire time it's like I'm talking with AJ, so I'm kind of like, like act normal. You're not acting normal. So, and I think he could sense. He's like, what is wrong with this kid? Like, what is he doing? Like, why is he? I think he could sense it a little bit, but he was very, very chill. It almost felt like we were good friends, and he started talking about the stories and the past and the history and to say that he's happy to have me on the team, that meant a lot too. So I'm. Both conversations we have been great, so I just hope to give him some results in return.
Anyone else? AJ's got a birthday coming up.
He does, yes.
A rather big one coming up on Thursday, right? So, yeah. You got anything? What'd you get him?
Well, I don't know. Can we say what we did? We can't, can we?
Yeah.
No, we can't
Okay.
say. Unfortunately, we can't.
An Indy 500 one would be the perfect gift.
That would be, a little bit delayed, but I think he would mind.
He would take it.
I think he would take that, yeah. That would be very cool.
Great to see you smiling again. Have a great year, okay?
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. All right, that's David Malukas. Devlin DeFrancesco is standing by in the wings. We'll get